Hi, glad to be in touch again. I'm Ale, the payments dude. Today we're gonna go through something really cool, a tool that Corefy has launched recently called the ROI Calculator. We'll take a couple examples. Let's see what happens. So in this one, we're evaluating our ROI on payment orchestration. And the first step is actually the business type. I decided to use the example of pretty much low risk retailer, right? To see what happens. An e-commerce company, e-commerce retailer with presence in various countries, probably rather large, a large retailer. That's actually the example I'm gonna use. So I included a number of PSPs here. As a fact, I remember that they used 3 PSPs, Adyen being one of the key ones, and they reduced the dependency from Adyen to actually adding more PSPs, and everything done by themselves with their own in-house built dashboards, right? And yeah, euro being the main currency since it's a European retailer. Monthly successful transactions was close to 260,000. Average transaction amount was €100, and the conversion rate was 89%, current payment conversion rate. And for more precise calculations, we are going to open this tab as well. I mean, it's a rough number. We don't know for sure, but something like 10 to 12%, as usual for retailers. And their chargeback rate is now 50%. If we go to the next step, we see a bit of a recap. Test medium-sized retailer Europe, information that we inputted. And we go to results, and boom, their ROI looks massive. The potential monthly gain close to 120K a month. In terms of, and there's 3 sub elements. One is the extra revenue boost with over 30K per month. The processing cost savings, that's where the big chunk of the optimization lays, over 75K a month. And then also on the lower end, some chargeback savings thanks to optimized fees and smart routing, with over close to 11K a month, plus Corefy's cost being about 10K, with less than 10K per month in this estimation. You can go to pricing there on the tailored enterprise end, and I think most of the examples that we will use today will be on the tailored enterprise end. Then we can go to another example. In this case, we're gonna use a high-risk business. I've used the digital goods, video games kind of company, selling of skins. It's also on the high-risk end. In this example, they have a strong USD footprint, and from a PSP's perspective, they actually use more than 4. Number of transactions is around 500,000 a month. The ATVs are relatively low, $18, $19. Conversions are good. That's quite important for them, because having a very high conversion rates is crucial for that sort of business, because there's a lot of competition. But then, and their margins are also quite decent, actually, around 30%. The chargeback rate a lot higher than in the previous case, close to 1%. Then we're gonna click on next step. We see another recap. Boom. In this case, of course, the ROI is a bit less, but it's still a very good 400%. Extra revenue boost, not much, because their approval rates are already fantastic, are already very good. However, where there's room for improvement is on reducing processing costs with over 55K savings, and also chargeback costs, because reducing their chargeback rate, it will have a significant impact in their bottom line. And last but not least, we have also estimated Corefy's cost, which is higher than in the previous case, but mainly because of the amount of transactions that they process. It's about 500,000 transactions a month, 6 million a year. So definitely the Corefy potential, right, or the potential for a monthly gain using Corefy before Corefy's fees is 91,000. So now we're gonna go with another high-risk company, in this case a crypto company. Let's use a crypto exchange example. A medium-sized one, again also 2 or 3 PSPs, From a transactions perspective, it's quite chunky. They get close to the 10 million transactions a year. ATV, because this is kind of a pain for crypto, the ATV tends to be relatively high compared to other ATVs, and the conversion rates quite decent. Profit margins 20%, and chargeback rates. I mean, usually it's friendly fraud, so definitely it's not necessarily fraud related chargebacks, but definitely we would also be looking at something like this. We're gonna get the results. Ooh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. We will make a comment on large companies in a second, because definitely that's one of the large companies. But this is where things become super interesting. Close to 20,000% ROI. There's an extra revenue boost potentially of close to $3 million a month, $3 million a month. Processing costs of over $2 million a month, meaning better payment success rates. The previous one was about more approved payments. And then in chargeback savings, there's also optimization possibilities. With smart routing and optimized fees, we could get to $55,000 a month. A bit more expensive for them to work with Corefy, but again, I mean, no brainer really. They really get the full infrastructure, the full payment orchestration infrastructure at less than 26K a month, with over $300,000 a year. Their monthly gain over 5 million. That's, I guess, one of the perfect examples of 300K investments can lead to 60 million in additional revenue a year, right? So that's really crazy. I was not expecting to have such very good numbers. So this last example is going to be an AI subscription, software as a service provider. As you can see, as you have seen, there's plenty out there charging around $20 to $30 a month for specific things, right? For specific tools that leverage AI in the background. Let's use that one. Let's use that example. In this case, it's going to be a UK-based company. They work with 2 PSPs. Number of transactions is over 60,000 a month. The ATV is 25 British pounds. From a conversions rate perspective, they are quite good. From a chargebacks rate standpoint, very good. The margin, we don't know for sure, but in a lot of the cases, the margins are really high.
If you remind me to, can we go for even lower amount of transaction? Because I feel like emerging business, 63K transaction per month is a very good business already. It's
close to $1 million.
Yeah.
Close to $1 million.
Most of them
that's
just dream of having that.
Okay, let's do that. They have 25 paying customers a month. Maybe the chargeback rate, I've been over ambitious with that. But definitely that's a cool thing, and I mean that's really cool that you can play around. It saves it. It doesn't change the whole thing. So immediately, I love it. Really love it. So that's working with it. I wish that more providers, not only orchestration providers, but any sort of providers, will have something like this, and we'll be also transparent with some sort of indicative pricing, because that makes the life of the prospect easier. I mean, that transparency, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a lot of leads, a lot of potential customers interested just by leveraging this fantastic tool, really. So kudos to you and the team, Vlad.
Thank you so much.
So AI-SaaS tool, low risk GBP, 2 PSPs, very good conversion rates, very good profit margin, and a very low chargeback rate. We'll go here. Aha, and there we go. This is not a good fit for Corefy solution. They don't have very high volumes, as we mentioned, 25,000 transactions a month, and their average transaction amount is 25 GBP. That profit margin is massive. Their monthly potential gain in terms of extra revenue boost, not much, with such really high acceptance rate. Chargebacks, or the acceptance rate, not 16% chargeback rate, 95% acceptance rate or conversion rate. It's really tough to optimize there. hence there's not much revenue boost, and the Corefy's cost for such number of transactions per month is around 3,000 GBP per month. So yeah, effectively.
Yeah, their payment performance isn't that much affected. They're still doing very good in terms of health of their payment ecosystem.
Exactly. So even if they are having two direct integrations to their PSPs, maybe they even working and having to log into the two dashboards and have two different sort of settlement report formats, because it's a small to medium, maybe a scale up already, right? Maybe with decent funding, Series C funding, it's still not a good fit. Maybe for even payment orchestration, right? At least not for the time being. Maybe with that amount of transactions, they are perfectly fine leveraging their PSPs, whomever they are, for subscriptions. Maybe Stripe, and maybe they have added someone like Adyen as kind of a backup, and then they are balancing their traffic, or maybe it can be that they started with Stripe and then they realize, hey, we really want to be global, right? And then we need some PSPs or a PSP for LATAM, because for better acceptance and for local payment methods. That can be the case for this example, because most of these companies, they don't think about it. They get some Stripe credits when they are a startup, and then they decide to go for Stripe. But then as soon as they grow, they need more sophisticated and more local payment providers as well. So yeah, that's definitely one potential scenario for this AI SaaS subscription tool.
I like that we use that example. It's just honest.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I liked all the examples, right, and all the conversations that we had today, because it's really, we don't see that very much, right? Everyone is saying it's awesome to use orchestration, but maybe it is not.